In the heart of a vast jungle, surrounded by tall trees and clear rivers, a lioness gave birth to a small cub. But right after giving birth, she died, leaving the cub helpless and alone. With no guidance, the little lion opened his eyes to a world that felt overwhelming and frightening. At that very moment, a flock of sheep passed through the clearing. Fragile and disoriented, the cub instinctively followed them. Over time, he began walking, eating, and living with the sheep. Since he knew no other way of life, he truly believed he was nothing more than another sheep in the flock. Time moved quickly, and the cub grew into a young lion. His body became strong and robust, but his mind was shaped by the habits of sheep. He grazed on grass, fled at the slightest sign of danger, and never attempted to roar. His whole life was trapped in the illusion of being something he was not. One day, while the flock was grazing quietly, an old lion appeared from the trees. He could not believe his eyes, a young lion standing among sheep. His behavior was not that of a predator but of a timid animal. Curiosity and sadness filled the old lion's heart. He had to understand what was happening. Determined to act, the old lion charged at the flock. Terrified, the sheep scattered in every direction. To his surprise, the young lion ran away with them, trembling with fear. The elder lion was stunned. How could a lion flee like the weakest of sheep? The scene was both absurd and deeply troubling. The old lion chased the young one until he cornered him in a clearing. Shaking and crying, the young lion begged for mercy. "Please, don't hurt me. I'm just an ordinary sheep," he insisted, blind to the contradiction between his words and his appearance. The elder lion remained silent, reflecting on the depth of this illusion. With patience, the old lion led the young one to the edge of a calm river. The water reflected the blue sky and green trees. Pointing to the surface, he said, "Look. See who you really are." Reluctantly, the young lion approached and gazed at his reflection for the very first time. What he saw left him speechless. The figure staring back was not a timid sheep but a majestic lion, with a growing mane and powerful eyes. His heart raced as memories of living like a sheep began to dissolve. The undeniable truth emerged: he was not weak, nor ordinary. He had always been a lion. The old lion, firm but calm, explained, "All your life, you believed lies about yourself. They told you that you were fragile, and you accepted it. But the truth never changed. You were always a lion. You were simply trapped by illusions." These words pierced the young lion's heart, awakening something buried deep within him. Suddenly, a roar surged from inside, demanding to be released. The young lion opened his mouth and unleashed a powerful sound that echoed throughout the jungle. Birds scattered into the sky, and the old lion's eyes filled with tears. At last, the young lion had recognized his true nature. The first time, he felt a new energy flowing through his body. It was courage, strength, and freedom all at once. He realized that living like a sheep had been nothing but a mental prison. With every breath, the false identity faded, and his real essence emerged more clearly. When he returned to the clearing, he no longer walked among the sheep. He observed them with respect, but knew his path was different. He had awakened. His steps were firm, his stance confident, and his eyes shone with conviction. There was no longer any doubt: he was a lion. This story teaches us how our environment can deceive us and shape our beliefs. Just like the young lion, we often grow surrounded by voices that say we are weak, incapable, or destined to live like everyone else. But the truth never disappears, it only remains hidden, waiting to be discovered. Inside each of us lies a strength we often ignore. Fear, doubt, or conformity may cover it, but it never vanishes. When we choose to look within and see our true reflection, we unlock a power greater than we ever imagined. That is when we begin to live authentically. The lesson is clear: never let circumstances or the opinions of others define who you are. Within you, a roar is waiting to be heard. Once you recognize your true strength, you will realize you have always been more capable than you believed. Free yourself from illusions and embrace the life you were meant to live.